Hello, this is RICKY, the YouTube Tech Guy. Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Mobile Weekly / Mobile Q&A, where we go over all the latest news that happened during the week and answer your questions live. If you want to ask us any questions, just ask them in the comment section down below, and we will get to every question before the end of the show. As I can see, we already have a couple coming in right now. So, again, ask your questions in the comment section down below, and we will answer them before the end of the show. But let's get started with the first bit of news, because it's a really big one. Now, this is from three different leaks, actually. Oh, whoop, I just lost my live chat. Okay, there, it's back again. Alright, so this is from three different leaks, and let me just bring up all three at the same time, just so you guys can see them in really good quality, and we can bring them up. So, first off, starting with the left, let's zoom into each of these. The first one, starting with the left, is what we have seen, that Apple is not going to be able to get the fingerprint scanner on the front, just like Samsung was able to on the glass. So they are looking at putting it on the back, but they're looking at putting it kind of in the middle of the back, which isn't the best placement. I just don't understand why they wouldn't put it in the Apple symbol. It just seems the most common sense, like, oh, touch your Apple symbol, and it's right there. And the Apple symbol is more higher up and a better placement, in my opinion. So I'm curious to see what you guys think, but right now, this is the prevailing theory that this is what the iPhone will look like. The iPhone X. By the way, if you are turning on to the first time, you will not be getting an iPhone 8 this year. iPhone 8 will come out next year. iPhone 7S, 7S Plus, and iPhone X are going to be the three models coming out this year. No iPhone 8, next year iPhone 8. Why is your favorite YouTuber saying iPhone 8? Well, it's because it gets more clicks. Alright, now, this is going to be the other three, and I'll just show them in succession. And again, these are from three different leak sites. One was in China. Actually, two were in China. The first two were in China in different parts. And where obviously a lot of the leaks come from, because Foxconn is the maker of all of these outside parts of the iPhone. So as those parts start to leak, we get a better idea of what the iPhone will look like. That being said, in terms of how the iPhone is, we generally know everything about the iPhone by June. This is still a little early, but we're already starting to get hardcore leaks on exactly how to look. I'm really curious on your guys' thoughts on this, because again, these are taken from schematics on exactly how it will look. Now, I think it's going to be a really good looking phone at the top. The bottom seems to kind of be that touch area. Now, this will be a 5.8 inch display with 5.2 being what's called the active zone. So you see when this screen kind of goes dark at the bottom, that is going to be underneath, which is the activity zone, which is where, you know, they originally wanted the fingerprint scanner, but it doesn't look like it will be there anymore. So that will just be, again, still the home button and just the active area. There's no telling if Apple will do more things, maybe like a touch bar style that they did on their MacBooks, but that's what that area is going to be about. And then the 5.2 will be right here, again being about half an inch bigger compared to their 4.7 regular iPhone, but not quite as big as the 5.5 version of their bigger iPhone. So in between in terms of actual screen size of the actual screen. Now, what we're also getting on here is the unifying, seemingly going to be the dual cameras going vertically now instead of horizontally. Now, I'm not really sure why that would be, unless maybe Apple is planning some bigger front-facing speaker for a tweeter up here at the top, or they need that for something in the middle here, so the camera needs more space, so that way they're putting it to the side instead of just the top. But either way, that is looking like what the next iPhone will look like. Now, so again, we got it with the Touch ID mount on the back, so that's where the first leak came from, and this is from Gadget Detector. Then from a couple of other ones, which Phone Arena, so again, the OLED display. No wraparound though. So what do I mean by that? I mean with the S8, we have a wraparound screen, so it wraps around the actual display. Apple is not going with this. They're going more the G6 route where it stops and it's a flat. This basically seems to save money, so Apple is going to go with that route instead of the wraparound route as Samsung did. It would cost more money for them to do it, and they're not want to spend the money because, let's face it, it's going to sell regardless, right? So it's not going to have a wraparound display, which for me that makes it's a little bit of lower compared to what we expected from kind of the look of Apple, right? Um, Also, this was the one where again it came up a couple times. So this was the same leaker at Venya Geskin one. Hopefully I pronounced that correctly. But these were the leaks that this person did, going off of how the iPhone is currently showing in China. So yeah, this is pretty dead on. So this is an idea of what the next iPhone will look like. And then we also get one leak that kind of showed the schematics of the height and everything about it. Again, 5.768 is the exact measurement of the new iPhone. And again, it'll have the full vision display, much like the G6. But here's the big thing that most people are not talking about, and our friends at Phone Arena did catch it, and some other people did catch it. I could say I did catch it as well because I translated this. I actually translated it with Bixby Vision on my S8, so I converted the language. And when I did that, I found out that what we're actually getting here is very interesting with this, and that is it looks like it could have dual front cameras. Now that's very interesting because we've never seen that before. Or at least not on a big flagship like this. And that's what the next article found, that it's going to look like. It looks like it has dual front cameras. So 2 cameras at the front to actually get that blurred effect as we do. Currently, the S8 is one of the only cameras to do it on the front camera. There are other cameras that can do it, but these are all software-wise, not the dual front-facing cameras to do that perfect instant blur out the background effect. So that's really cool. I really think that's a big effect, and if you remember quickly when I said what I wanted to see in the Note 8, this was one of the features I wanted to see in the Note 8. And speaking of the Note 8, we have a couple of different features coming on it now, and it looks like apparently the Note 8 the dual cameras on the Note 8 that are coming out will be it's supposed to be even better than what the iPhone is going out. Now, we do not know if this means more megapixels. We do not know if this means a wider angle, which typically Samsung is a wider angle, already a wider aperture as well compared to Apple. But more so, I think it might mean a more zoom, or at least that's what I'm really hoping for. I want a 3x zoom instead of just a 2x zoom, which is what Apple currently offers. I think 3x would make so much of a bigger difference, but we will have to wait and see. And not only that, but it looks like, once again, that yes, Samsung is working on the 7th generation OLED display, or AMOLED display, and it looking like 800 pixels per inch, which means a 4K display. Now, I think the 4K display on the Note 8 will be almost identical to how Samsung is treating the S8 4K display, meaning that on this display, we're actually going to get a 4K display, but it's going to be coming at a standard of 1080p, and then you can up it to 4K if you choose to, which most people probably won't, but I'm curious to see what you think. And finally, the last bit of news was just an article that I found kind of interesting. The S8 has costed Samsung more than its previous products, and it's also costing more than a little bit of other products. So just to give an idea, the S8 is set at the S8 is set at $307.50, which is $36 higher than the S7 Edge and $43 higher than the S7 from last year. So it's Samsung's highest costing phone. And yes, this is how much manufacturers actually pay for the phones compared to what they sell them to you for at the $700 and $800 price range. The more you know. All right, now let's get to the questions of the week. Again, if you guys have a question you would like to ask, just ask it in the comment section down below. I'm going to get to all of these comments right now. So if you want to ask it, just ask it in the comment section down below, and I'll answer it before the end of the show. Okay. Whoa, the first time I've seen the reminders and countdowns for the live stream. Glad you saw it, Thomas. One Which do you prefer, the S8 or the S8 Plus? The S8 is supposed to be great in the hand. I have only played around with the S8 a little bit here and there. I've really focused. I mean, I have two S8 Pluses right now, so that's my primary focus. But I do like the longer battery life, so that is what I will stick with. Which do you prefer, the LG G6 or the regular S8? Between those two, it's really kind of hard to tell. I would say that overall, the S8 is definitely going to be getting more credit. More people are going to develop for it rather than the LG G6, just because the S8 is far outselling the G6. So that's always my thing with it, if that makes sense. But yeah, in terms of the G6, unfortunately, we've pleaded with LG over and over again, and they have not sent us the phone. They said they would before launch. Launch passed, came and went. We did not get the phone. 3 weeks later, we still haven't got the phone. So, yeah. Hey, YouTube Tech Guy, what's a good SSD for the PS4 Pro? So for SSD, I would definitely go with Samsung. They are pretty much the top rated and easiest to transfer between your old hard drive. Their software on a PC is perfect. You literally, all you have to do is plug in the software. It tells you, oh, this hard drive to this SSD drive. It clones it perfectly. It does everything perfectly. That is the one you want to go with. And I currently do have a Samsung 500 SSD or 512 SSD in my PS4. Yes, I see you. Using the S8 to watch this video, how do I look? I purposely leave some room at the top so I don't get my head cut off. So there you go. I'm almost 7 hours of screen on time on the S8 Plus. Wow, nice. What do you think the iPhone 8 much better than the S8 Plus? As of right now, I can't really say because I don't know what's going to really stand out about the iPhone 8. Well, the iPhone X. Really, the iPhone 7s and 7s Plus will not be better than the Samsung, in my opinion, just because they don't seem like they're doing too much of an upgrade. The iPhone X, however, most likely could definitely be better than it, but we have to wait and see what special features it's going to have, besides the wireless charging, besides the waterproofing, and besides the dual cameras on the rear, and possibly on the front. That would be a big victory. My S7 Edge is slowing down. Any suggestions? Take a look at our videos on how to speed up the S7, and that will help. However, I also do recommend, if it's running really slow and no matter what, I do recommend backing it up on your computer, PC or Mac, using Smart Switch, and that will back up your entire phone. Home screens, everything will be backed up. Then resetting it, and then reinstalling your backup so that you almost lose nothing. But the biggest thing is the fact that you will actually have a fresh install of Android 7.0, which is probably what slowed down your phone when that updated not correctly. My iPad Air battery is so bad, shuts down at 40%. It really has become because of you trickle charging your phone, or iPad. Overall, your cycle count's just done probably. If you charged overnight too many times, that tends to happen. You only have 300 to 500 cycles on your battery. Once it's done, it's done. Pocket Now claimed that the S8 earpieces are tuned by AKG, not made by them. What is your take on it? I completely trust Juan Carlos Bagnell. He did reach out and he showed the fact that a Samsung person actually said that in that video. So yes, I do believe that is true, which again makes sense that Samsung made the headphones, but AKG tuned them so that they would be a better quality and obviously compatible with the 32-bit DAC, which is the whole point of it anyway. I need to find the feature that Verizon rep showed me and I can't find it. Camera feature, she grayed out everything and selected a particular color to pop up. Do you know how? I haven't seen that on the S8. Unless that was a filter that you can download, which they have had filters like that before, and they've had the feature in editing, but I haven't seen it on Samsung software. I've seen it on other manufacturer software, but not Samsung's. I will look out for that because that's one of my personal favorite features, and we did do that on the Huawei Mate 9 review that we did do. Ricky, are you going to do a video on the side panel for the S8? Yes, we will do one on the Edge display and all of its features. What do you think is better, in your opinion, the S8 or the iPhone 7? Currently, right now, I would say the Galaxy S8 is better, keeping in mind that it had 6 months more time, and keeping in mind that the iPhone OSs are completely different, so OS is a preference. Is it just me, or does it seem like a lot of YouTubers really are hitting on the S8? They do the same thing when Apple don't offer anything with their phones. Honestly, I mean, I think anything that gets clicks is focused on, right? So I try not to be like that. Like, I'm not covering the red screen issue like a lot of YouTubers are, which is more of a clickbait thing. It's up to you on what you want to do. Look, it's your channel, but for me, I don't want to make something bigger than it is, or I rather do a video on clarifying what something really is. Now, don't get me wrong, we all have our pet peeves too. So if they got a phone that's like that, then that's going to be something they're going to focus on. I didn't get any phone like that, so I'm not focusing on it. If I would do a video, though, I would do a video on how to fix it, which there's a way to fix it with the screen and display feature on the settings. But Samsung already said that they are pushing out an official release for it. And they've already done one day one update, too, which is nice, too. What video do you use to do the screen comparisons on the jungle? Just type in Costa Rica on YouTube. Type in Costa Rica 4K. It's the first video that should come up, and that's the video that I always show off. Samsung S8 in water resistance screen size. Oh, you're just saying the difference between them. My fiance has an S8 Plus, best phone on the market right now. Samsung looks to take the best features of every phone and add it to the S8. Yeah, definitely. Now that's with very little Snapchat. On my Instagram, I have a battery comparison of apps. Snapchat used more battery, 15 minutes, than the OS did in 2.4 hours. Yeah, Snapchat is a very poor developer, to be honest. And I'm gonna do a new series coming this week, and you guys are the first to hear about it. All of this week, I'm thinking every night video or morning video. I haven't decided yet, but we're gonna be doing tech guy rants. And what they're going to be about is certain videos that I've been wanting to do that just get me annoyed of different things I see out there. So just to give you an idea what some of them will look like. Some of the first ones that I have down that I'm going to be doing will be no iPhone 8 this year, how Android fragmentation and how it's not that big of an issue. Snapchat is one of the worst developers on the market. Google messaging, Android's biggest flaw. Front stereo speakers, I think I already said that. And then Android fragmentation is actually not a big deal. So that I'm going to be going over all those features, basically, all those videos, basically. And those will be some videos. And we'll be doing that from now on. It'll be a new series. We do have a lot of other ones, though, coming out. Like, we're going to finally do our Smart Lock video from Kivo. So we're going to be doing that this week, as well as some other ones like the dash cam and some other ones that we've just been working on. All right. You can barely hear me on your phone. Let me move it up a little bit more. Just don't want to move it up too much because I have had issues when I moved up too much and like it was an echo and all that kind of stuff. So hopefully this is fine. All right. I wish someone would make the perfect phone. Unfortunately, no one ever can, right? Really like the S8 Plus, but holy does Bixby suck. You said it would be better than Siri. You spoke too soon. I didn't say it would be better than Siri. I said it should be better than Siri because of the fact that it does take up the Viv company. However, the Bixby voice assistant isn't available yet, so it's not complete yet. Who cares about Bixby when you have Google Assistant? A lot of people definitely would agree with that. If you were a betting man, would you say the phone of the year will be the S8 or the Note 8 or the iPhone or the Pixel 2? I know this is a 10,000K question, but curious will be make a guess. If I had a guess, I would bet on the same one that I always bet on every single year. What is that? That's easy. It's the Note. The Note has been my top rated phone every single year on this channel. If you look back every single year, we do a top 10 best smartphones of the year. The Note has won out every single time. It's just the best smartphone when it comes to camera and battery combination wise. And then all the extra features you have built into it. The features you don't have on other phones, it has. So that's what really stands out. Plus, I'm a sucker for the S Pen. I miss my S Pen so much. Do you have a pink display issue on your S8? No, I do not. Wonder if that coffee is good. Oh, it's good. It's good. What's happening? iPhone X. iPhone X is again the phone that will come out this year. That will be the $1,000 plus iPhone. It will be above the price point of the iPhone 7s and 7s Plus that will be coming out this year alongside of it. And we just went over the look of it, and the biggest thing is that it will not have the fingerprint scanner on the front of the screen now. It's going to have it on the back. Do your S8 Plus, no, so my S8, iPhone or Android? For me, it's always been Android. iPhone is just not made for a power user like me. I discussed this last week, and I discuss it every couple weeks. But basically, for me, iPhone is just not good enough for me. It is too closed, and I need to be able to do whatever I want, however I want, whenever I want, and Apple doesn't allow me to do that. If you're not in their ecosystem, it's just not worth it. What colors would you like to see in the Note 8? I would love to see the return of the blue. I was a bigger fan of the blue than I am of the gray. I have the silver one for mine, right? For my personal one that I paid for. This is mine. The one that I got was silver. I would have got the orchid gray instead of it. So in my opinion, it should go to the orchid gray, blue, and black. And yes, I chose this ring specifically, green. Give us green. Please give us green. I want an emerald phone so bad. Green's always been my favorite color, so that's the one I would want. Just green. All right. What's up with the message sync that keeps running on the upper left of my S8 Plus? I'm not sure what you mean by the message sync. Is it trying to like back up your messages and doesn't work, or what's exactly going on with it? Yes, the red screen will be fixed with a software update. Samsung has already said that. Are AKG earbuds really worth it? The AKG earbuds are really good on the S8. I honestly do love them a lot. I do like using them. So yes, I really like them, definitely. In terms of it though, it's up to you, but they're better quality headphones. They're my ones that I throw in my bag every time now for just a backup pair of regular headphones, because I do use Bluetooth ones every time I get a chance. Ricky, is Jot reading these comments yet? I'm not sure what you mean, Jot. This is what I wanted for from the iPhone 8, 5.8-inch AMOLED display, Touch ID on the display, glass with metal frame, fast charging, smart connector, 2K resolution display, eye scanning, and FC and 3D camera. 3D camera has been confirmed. No, not ready yet. Maybe next year, though. It's looking like it will be next year for a 3D camera from Apple, but as of right now, it does not look like they're ready for that augmented reality and 3D setup. Although they are working on it. Right now, I have 52%, and of that, 16% screen on time, 8% screen, 8% Snapchat. Yeah, Snapchat is draining your battery very quickly. Mom got the S8, loves it, fits in her mid-size hands. There you go. Hey Ricky, that render was made by Everything Apple. Oh, okay. Again, sometimes they source it, sometimes they don't. That's why I always show you guys the pictures, because depending on where it's from. But I thought Everything Apple didn't make that because of the fact that person put their Twitter handle on there, and I thought that was where it was from, and Everything Apple was the first one to post it, but it was actually from China, if I'm not mistaken, but I could be. Concerns for switching to an S8 from an iPhone? The biggest thing is, the biggest thing I would say for any Apple user is typically going to be two things. And that is the two built-in apps on Apple that a lot of people use for iPhones. And that is iMessage and FaceTime. Now, there's plenty of alternatives, but the hardest part usually is convincing your Apple people to switch to those, or at least add those on there for, close friends or family. Hangouts is probably the best video chat service you can get, just because you can video chat with multiple people at the same time. However, they have to have a Gmail for that. So you're easier off getting Duo and Allo. Both are Google apps and do not require anyone to do anything but download the app, and then your number registers the app, and that's it. So basically for Duo, your phone number, you can see everyone else that has Duo. You can video chat with them. That's simple and easy on Android or iOS. And for Allo, that is the instant message service. And again, all you need to do is enter in your phone number, they enter in theirs, and you guys are synced, and that's it. Do the AKG earbuds default earbuds in the box as the SA bundle part of the bundle package? It is. They come inside the bundle package. Why did Samsung put Bixby button on the phone knowing Bixby is not really? So the reason why is that they thought it would be ready, but it's not ready. So that's what happened. It's not like they were like all along knew it would be ready. They thought it would be ready by launch, and it wasn't. Why is my Snapchat camera looking like zoomed in on the S8 Plus? Because Snapchat does poor. I'm going to do that. That video will be out this week. I'm so sick of people blaming Android for Snapchat's shortcomings. So I'm definitely doing that video this week. If you were creating a smartphone, what would you include? What would I include? I would include a 4,000 to 4,500 milliamp battery. Really push the limits of the boundaries of the battery and make the phone thicker. I still think people would buy it just because of how big the battery is, right? As long as it looked good. It had to look good. I would include dual cameras with a 5x zoom on the rear camera, and I would include a wide-angle camera with dual lenses on the front camera. I would also include, what would I also include? Fingerprint scanner on the screen. I would include iris scanner as well, because I've grown really accustomed to that one as well. Water resistance, definitely fast wireless charging. Qualcomm Quick 4.0 charger, and yeah, those are what I would include in my dream phone. Does the final build of the Snapdragon S8 have Qualcomm a Quick Charge 4.0? No. What's up? Oh, so yeah, I'm leasing an S6. Should I get the S8 Plus or wait for the Note 8? The last Note I had was the Note 2. It's, again, up to you. The Note 8 will be better than the S8 most likely in every single way, but the S8 definitely is a great device, so yeah. What happens after the battery cycle count ends? After the battery cycle count ends, your battery can't hold the charge very well at all, and it's basically not just going to charge that well and can't hold the charge that well. So your battery, goes from dying after 11 hours to dying within 4 hours. I found a hidden feature on the S8 always on display. If you have an app that has a share button, click it, and it will and the always on display option appears. You can pin it like the Note 7. That's a really cool feature. Hold on. I will see if we're going to add that to our more hidden features, and I just copied your name down to mention you if we do, because that video is being published this week. So check out for that video, and you might get your name mentioned. Well, if we use it, you're definitely getting your name mentioned. All right. I ordered the wireless charger for the S8, but until it arrives, I charge it regularly. Does this ruin my battery? No, it doesn't ruin your battery that quickly. Just don't charge it overnight if you can. By the way, you have 306 charges on your iPad. Yeah, again, it's 300 to 500 depending on the product. Have you noticed any lag on the S8 since your daily news? No, but I also have Nova on it. Like, I fully set up my S8 the way I like it, so very quick in terms of it, no real lag, and yeah, just really nice in terms of how everything is moving. No lag on it really yet, but man, it's just so much better than how my S7 was. Samsung owns Harman Kardon, JBL, AKG, and B&O. You forgot that one. So it's not surprised that AKG tuned the headphones. Yeah. Lob your videos. I'm guessing you mean love. I've been an iPhone user since its release in 2007. I tried swapping to the Note 7, came back, swapped the heck because I just couldn't. Just tried a chance. Should I take a chance on the S8 Plus? The S8 Plus is definitely one that could earn your attention as a long-term iPhone user. However, I will not lie, the Note 8 will be better again, so it just depends on what you really want. If you don't really see yourself using a pen though, the S8 Plus is a definite contender on something you should consider buying. Do you notice any feature missing or removed on the S8 that was on the S7 Edge? Yeah, there's no live video recording on the built-in camera like there was in the S7 Edge, and that's just because YouTube has it built into their own app now. And there was one other feature that someone pointed out, and I was like, oh yeah, that's not on here anymore. But I forgot what it was. What's a good micro SD card, the Evo or the Pro? I don't understand the difference in your opinion. I get the Pro Plus for mine, or I would get the Evo Plus. Do not get the old Evos as they are not as good in terms of speed. I would get the Evo Plus or the Pro Plus in my opinion. Yeah, I have addressed the concerns on the audio on the videos. We are looking into amplifying it hardware-wise as we've been doing post-production, and it's still not where I want it to be. So a lot of new viewers have told us our audio is too low. I am working on fixing it. I'm working with my editor to see what steps we should be able to do it more. It seems like the ones I'm doing are good, but the ones he does, which is most of them, are still coming in a bit low. So I'm working with him to tweak his software on Premiere to be able to match it how I edit it. So working on it. YouTubers are only hanging on the fingerprint scanners. At Best Buy, I noticed it wasn't that bad. Yeah, no, it's not that bad. I don't think the fingerprint scanner on the back is that bad, to be honest. Opinions on Bixby. Bixby Vision is good, not great, and Bixby Home, in my opinion, is not good. It's just not worth it right now, at least. This is the best live stream because it looks like he has lots of questions that are asked. Yeah, and I try to answer every one of them. Are you going to do a video on Android Nougat 7.0? Also, do you know why you can't schedule text messages anymore? I thought you could. Although I didn't see it on my AT&T version, but I thought I did see it on my... So yeah, I can schedule it on my T-Mobile version, but I did not see it on my AT&T version as I do have two different carriers. To schedule it on the AT&T or on the T-Mobile version, I go into a text message, so a text message with someone specifically, then I hit the three dots, then I hit schedule message. So that's how you have to do it now. You can't do it outside of the conversation. The best phone for $400 is the OnePlus 3T. I would pretty much agree with that, yes. Enhanced messaging is actually built into the phone now in the S8 Plus. They just don't call it enhanced messaging anymore. So it's on there, but they just don't call it that anymore. You can actually share up to 10 megabytes now built in, whereas enhanced messaging did 7 megabytes if I'm not mistaken. So it's now actually built into it, so you don't need to get it separately. Lots of phones under UC 500. I also apologize for the repeat questions. Oh, don't worry about it. There is an option to turn the hotspot on the bottom right if you pull down the menu. Yes. Or am I missing some questions? I'm sorry if I'm missing some questions, but as questions go up, I start to not be able to see some questions, so I could not answer them. So if I didn't answer your question, ask it again. What are the changes with the early access S8 to the final one? A couple of good ones. Just how it operated, some features, especially in the settings, like the for instance, in my early access one, I did not have the feature in settings for display and full screen apps, which was a big one because now I can make every one of my apps full screen, which I could not do beforehand. Do you prefer the Snapdragon or the Exynos S8? Um, Seeing as my Exynos was not final build, I prefer the Snapdragon version. But once I update my Exynos, once the version, that's in a specific country that hasn't got the S8 yet. So as soon as they get the S8 and I get the build for it, I'm gonna update my software and then I'll see if I like it. Let's see what else. I've been using the S8 Plus for a week and it's great. Thanks for all the tips. I'll be watching your videos on the S8. We will be doing the 10 more hidden features coming up next week, so stay tuned for that. I hate that people already rating Bixby even though it's not fully released. Exactly. Do you think the S7 is still a good phone? Yes, the S7 is still a good phone. Ricky, how much do you weigh? I have not weighed myself in about 3 weeks now just because I haven't had time to, honestly. I am going to get back on the losing weight track as soon as next month kicks off. But I've not had time to exercise. I've been doing so many videos. I mean, again, we did 60 videos in about 4 weeks. So I've done a lot, and that's not including every other video we did. But so yeah, been doing a lot, still doing a lot this week. This week will be the last push for all of our big videos concerning the S8. So after that, I can actually concentrate on doing other things, and losing weight is one of my top priorities for this year. What good RPM should the SSD be? Usually RPM I don't really look into on SSD, to be honest, just because SSDs are so fast it doesn't matter. The Samsung Evo is fine. You can get the Pro if you want. The 850 is fine though, or the 840. Either one's going to be good. I mean, yeah, it's not that it's an SSD. You're going to get a huge increase in speed. My load times are almost nothing. Did you pay your friend's rent for loaning his phone for 3 S8s? No, he did not get fired. I can now say he did not get fired. If and when the Samsung Note 8 releases, do you think it will cost more than the upcoming iPhone? I do not think it'll cost more than $1,000. No, not the Note 8. The Galaxy X, though, will. How much does frequent charging hurt the S7 battery? If you do direct plug-in, again, you only have so many cycles that you're going to be able to charge your phone. So think about this. If you only charge your phone one time a day at the end of the night, but charge it overnight the entire time, right? That's 365. That itself can max out the cycle count on your phone. However, if you're charging it overnight, the heat created by that charge is basically cutting your battery life down, and that is what hurts your battery life. Wireless charging doesn't have that issue. It doesn't do trickle charging either, so it's just much better. So yeah. You can drag and drop on the Edge Screen Clipboard app. Yes, I do like that as well. Do an S8 Edge Screen tutorial. It has integrated S Pen features from the Note 7. Yes, I will talk about all that stuff. Why is there two color black and gold? There's black and there's gold. All of the front screens, though, are black. So the gold, although it has a gold metal trim and a gold back, only has a front that's black, not gold. Ricky, did you buy the $99 bundle from Samsung? I got it. Unfortunately, it sold out before I could, so I could not get it. Do a review on the LG Tone Studio, please. Unfortunately, I reached out to LG, so to get those as well about a month ago. Unfortunately, I didn't get a reply, so I will see about reviewing them. I'm hoping if we can get more patrons, that will help alleviate that, because those are $200 headphones. But I will do my best to see if we can review those in the next month or so. New to your channel, so I apologize for being not being familiar with your videos. You mentioned you love the Note. I have an S6 Edge Plus now, and now the Pixel, which is much smoother. Have you noticed this TouchWiz lag? I have the Pixel XL. In my opinion, actually, the S8 moves faster than the Pixel. However, I think the Pixel doesn't move as fast as Nova Launcher does. If you install Nova Launcher on your Pixel, it'll actually move faster than the Pixel typically does, in my opinion. So overall, I'm just not the biggest fan of stock Android, which a lot of people are. A lot of people are purists. They love pure stock vanilla Android. I am not one of those. I think manufacturers have improved Android more so than made it worse, which I know is blasphemy to every other, it seems like every other YouTuber, but I don't see them as a bad thing. I see them actually as a good thing, because guess what? On the S4, I had split screen, and Google just got it last year. So Samsung stopped trying. We will just get mediocre tablets now in the future. Yeah, I mean, the Tab S3 is a great tablet, I will say that, but yeah, their mid-ranges are eh. What does the white square with the N on at the top mean? It means your NFC is on. Why doesn't Gmail notification on the have a banner notification? It works on Hangouts, GroupMe, and Messages. I'm not sure. Do you have multiple messages from Gmail, basically? Because all of them pop up, and then when you swipe down, you can hit, reply or delete or archive right then and there on mine. So I'm not sure if you just maybe have multiple and you didn't do the pull down, so you can get the extended ability panel. What is a good micro SD? Oh yeah, I already answered that one. I have watched several reviews on the AKG headset, and they had mixed reviews. What is your feedback? I did a full review on the AKG headphones, actually. In my opinion, they're great headphones. The braid feels really good quality. The sound is louder than other headphones that I have around the studio. However, I clarify this by, I am not an audiophile, so I'm just going to tell you, as a regular person, does it sound good? And yes, they sound good. They sound better than regular headphones. That's all I can say. Hey Ricky, Assistant Touch is on by default on the S8. Yes. Only way to remove it is via developer options, but can you do a video on maybe how to fix this? I never thought about removing Google Assistant just because it's really useful, but I'll see if I can do a video on that one. Yeah. I had a Motorola Droid with Android, and I'm going back to Android with the S7. Are you going to get the Gear 360? I've been debating on it because I really don't use my 360 camera. I got it for my wedding and my honeymoon, but I have nothing to shoot in 360 in the next time, so I don't know. What do you think about the Droid 2 compared to the S8 Plus? The Galaxy definitely will have a better camera. That's hands down compared to the Motorola Droid 2. Droid 2 will still have a tougher screen, but nowhere near as good quality of a display. And the battery life should be better on the Droid 2. Is the S7 a good phone? Yes. What do you recommend as an affordable wireless charger on the S8 Plus? Get the old fast wireless charger that's flat. So that was the very first one. Those go for, I think, about $39 now, maybe even $29. But fast wireless charger from Samsung, because that's the only way you can get a fast wireless charger. Other ones will claim it's fast. They're not fast. They will only charge regular. Can you show off your custom home screen? I have it on my Instagram. So if you go ahead and check out, let's see. No, there we go. If you go ahead and check out at the YouTube Tech Guy on Instagram, I have my, just because you won't be able to see it that well, I have my Last Jedi lock screen. And then I have my home screen. So this is how it looks like. Really beautiful, beautiful. But yes, I have it on my Instagram to check it out there. Hello from Australia. Hello. What time is it over in Australia? S8 or S8 Plus? For me, it was S8 Plus. I wanted the bigger screen. When will the Note 8 release date be? Again, they typically come out in August, so that's when we expect it to be. Why do you think the S7 does not have Type-C? It wasn't ready yet. Do you look into different phone cases for the S8? Yeah, I mean, I've been getting a lot of different cases. So this is the Incipio one. I have some UAGs that I'm reviewing this week. And then some other company is sending us cases as well. So we're getting more cases to review. I watched everybody on the S8. Love your channel. Well, thank you, Hazel Eyes. I really appreciate that. Anyone still have the Note 7? Because I do. I'm trying to trade it in. I do not anymore. Why didn't they have the S5 charging point for the rest of the Galaxy? Because too many people broke it and they didn't know how to use that bigger 3.1 USB, so they went back to Type-C 3.0 as soon as it came out, and that is a better standard. What happens with the Wi-Fi sharing on the S8? Oh, yeah, that's another thing. The Wi-Fi profile sharing isn't on the S8. That's another thing they took away. Smart capture on my S7 Edge randomly turns off sometimes. Any suggestions? Try turning it off, making sure that it's off. Reset the phone, then turn it back on. See if that helps. But I'm not sure why that wouldn't work. Can you still share photos, maps using NFC by phones touching? Yes, you can. Keep up the good work. Thank you. You can't stop your phone from sharing you can't stop your phone from automatically updating. You can you can delay it, but you can never stop it unless you just do a routing. What do you think about Goat wireless charger? Again, any wireless charger, in my opinion, will not be as good as Samsung's, and that's just from experience of getting different wireless chargers. Which do you prefer? Again, I already answered that one. What happened? Oh, so I already answered that one. Have you looked into different... Yes, I already answered that one. What is your feedback on the AKG headset? I already answered that one. Shout out from Australia, just wondering, do you root your phones? If so, what ROMs? So I do not root my phones, simply because of the fact that I just see rooting as a chore more so. Although, yes, it does give me certain features. I don't really use any feature because I have 10 gigs of hotspot for free with T-Mobile, so I don't need anything else. I emailed you a question about Type-C. What is it? Type-C is just a different type of cable that allows you to do a lot more. So you can do a Type-C to HDMI, you can do a Type-C to VGA, you can do a Type-C to USB, you can do a Type-C to basically any kind of cable. Type-C is very versatile in that it can do a video, audio, and charging all into one cable that's rather small. So it's really good, and it's definitely the future, probably the future of all ports in the future. I want to leave T-Mobile. Who's better, Verizon or AT&T? Unlimited for 3 lines with my Gyros 3 Frontier. It depends on you and your area, really. Overall, they both have some good points. AT&T and Verizon, I would price them both out to see which one's better and which one's better in your area. Like if you're in Texas, AT&T dominates there and destroys Verizon in speed, because they're testing out the 5G in that area, and they get like over 100 megabits per second over there right now. But it really depends on where you are. So yeah. Did you get the DQA message on the S8 after the update? Using it after 3 minutes, it stops popping up. Any thoughts on it? I did not get that message on my S8s. and I did update both of them on the day one update. Uh, are you more of a Camaro or a Mustang guy? Why do you guys say that? Because now other people are going to say this and that. So let me just put it this way. I am a Mustang guy. My brother is a Camaro guy. So my brother had a sexy ass Camaro growing up, well, at least throughout my teenage years. He had a beautiful freaking Camaro, old school one, and I had, one of the '90s Mustangs, and we both, both cars were amazing. I'm always going to be a Mustang guy though. I can't wait for Mustang. If it ever has an electric Mustang, that's would be the dream for me. Electric powered Mustang, that would be awesome. Although, no matter what, my next car, once I have a house, right now I have an apartment. Once I move into a house, my next car will be a plug-in, just because it's the way to go of the future. What type of cable affects charging speed? Is C to C any better than standard C? No, they're both USB 3.0, so no, that would not affect it. It's more of the speed of the cable. If it's a USB 3.0 connection, that's going to be good. If it's C to C or standard to C, it's not going to be any different. When will Android 7.0 be coming out? Are we not? We're on Android 7.0. When will Android be 7.0 coming out for what device? Do you think I can trade in my Note 7 in? I have AT&T. Trade it in right away. They're not going to take it back eventually. Does it matter which fast charger we use if we don't want to get two of the $9 one? No, any of the old Samsung fast wireless chargers will still work. So you can get the old school one. Like I said, so Samsung's gone through 3 wireless fast chargers. They went with the flat one, which is now the cheapest one. Then they went with the upright one. And then they went with the one that can go upright and flat. So the flat one, if you can still find those are going to be the cheapest ones. Those should go around 29 or 39 bucks now. New Gear 360, no word on when it's coming out yet. Are your reviews from Snapdragon or international? The first reviews were... The first videos, the first 20 videos were from the international. All the rest since have been from the Snapdragon version. And the review wasn't done till we got the Snapdragon version. Just because that was final build, and I asked you guys, and all you guys said I should wait. I did a week with the Galaxy S8 video. That was still with the international Exynos version. I still haven't fired up my S8 Plus yet. It's waiting in the house. I pre-ordered it, but I'm a truck driver and haven't made it back yet. What case do you recommend? It depends on you, man. We've done Incipio case reviews, we've done OtterBox case reviews, and we've done Caseology case reviews. Check them out and see which ones you like, because there's lots of variations between the smaller that have less protection and the little bit bulkier but have more protection. Different textures, and I go over each one. Does USB-C provide faster charging, or just data transfer is much faster? USB-C has nothing to do with the charging speed on the phone. That is more dependent on the technology that it uses. Qualcomm Quick Charge 2.0 and Samsung's fast adaptive charging. How long does it take Samsung phone to get the Android update? Typically Samsung phones, the flagship ones, the last flagship model, will get the update 3 to 4 months after the Android OS launches. Will the iPhone get wireless charging? The iPhone X will get wireless charging. The iPhone 7s and 7s Plus will not get wireless charging. Just because they'll still be metal, whereas the iPhone X will be glass on the back. If you charge your laptop overnight, does it affect the same way charging a phone using a cable? No, laptops are a little bit different. Lithium ion compared to it's complicated, but laptops are better off. You're fine with the laptop. Eventually, it will go bad as well, but they have more compared to 800 to 1,000 cycle counts, so it's longer term as well. Will the iPhone... Oh, I already read that one. I was looking at a case hybrid armor. I haven't heard of that one, so I'm not sure. What's the difference between this year's fast wireless charging stand and last year's fast wireless charger? Just the look of it. It's a leather bound one, so a really nice look to it. And I don't have it here. And oops. Hold on one second, guys. Need my light. There we go. All right. So that's the difference is just the look of it and the fact that it can go up or down instead of just up. So it's true, only a certain amount of times you can charge the S8. Eventually, that's all smartphones, not the S8. Is a $100 deal for the AKG headphones and micro SD sold out? Yes, it is sold out. It sold out day one. Have you seen the new UI on YouTube on a PC? Mine looks the same? Or do I have to go to home to do it? Let me see. Mine looks the same right now. So I'm sure it is changed, but at least on mine, it looks the same. So no, I haven't seen the new UI. What's the best way to prevent lag or crash on Marshmallow? Again, if you did a update to Marshmallow, I would recommend doing the steps that I said earlier. Back it up on Smart Switch and then reset it and then reinstall your backup. Restore your backup. The S7 is good or not? The S7 is good. Again, Android 7.0 for what phone? Most phones have Android 7.0 right now. Whoa, whole bunch of questions just loaded. What is the widget app? Or what widgets do you use? The widgets that I use are HD widgets. So on my phone currently right now, I use HD widgets. I use navigation widget from Google Maps. I use Google Music widget for my playlist that I always play. Samsung Health widget to track my steps and my heart rate. Shazam widget. Starbucks app widget. And Samsung memory management widget to optimize my phone. So yeah, those are the widgets I use. Can I Wi-Fi tether on my S8? Yes. The only reasons I like iPhones because when you go to the Apple Store, you can do AirDrop any photo of all products there. Well, yeah, that's a good feature. I mean, you can do the same thing with Smart Switch. As soon as I get home, my phone goes onto my computer and I can back up everything there. What is the max theoretical Wi-Fi speed on the S8 and S8 Plus? I mean, I've seen most gigs happen within 10 seconds, but it depends on the connection and everything. You're talking about Wi-Fi Direct, I'm assuming. Verizon gave me $215 to trade in my S7 Edge. Nice. Ricky, is it gray touch circle? I want off, please. Do a video on how to turn on dev to stop showing the touch. Oh, the touch shades. There's no other way to do that, actually. Let me see. That's what you mean. Oh, I see. Even if you turn that off, it's still on. Huh. I don't know why that is. That is weird. You're right. Me too, Ricky. I do not post on the iPhone 6s. I will not post on my S7. Oh, okay. Do I think Britney Spears will like the S8? Sure. Dear Ricky, what's the best way to remap Bixby? As of right now, I'm working on seeing if there's anything that can be done, but Samsung wished that day one update did push out the fact that you cannot remap Bixby as of right now. Ford is already working on electric Mustang. I did hear that, so I'm very happy to hear that. Hopefully by the time I get my house, get the electric Mustang, I'll be good. Although I really want to see what Tesla and other people come out with too. Not to mention, I have a Hyundai Sonata hybrid right now, and if they would make a Genesis hybrid, they're making a SUV version, but if they would make one for the car too, that has a lot of nice luxury stuff. Ricky, do you know when Android 8.0 will come out? Yes, Android 8.0 will come out in October with the Pixel 2. Um, the one you got on your phone, which style? Which style? So you. Oh, which style do I like more? The Gears 3 Classic or Frontier? I like the Frontier. I've been using a lot, but the Classic is a nice touch. Don't get me wrong. I feel like the leather is only good for special occasions, whereas the Frontier I can use anytime. Will we really get 5G before they give us 3.5G passing it off as 4G? Yes, I really think we will get 5G within the next 3 years. Best guess on 5G mainstream when? 3 years to really start rolling out to major cities, and 5 years before it's nationwide. Assuming I'm running out of charge cycles on the S7 Edges, is it possible to exchange the battery without sacrificing the waterproof? The only way to do that is by doing it through Samsung. If any other third party replaces your battery, your waterproofing is void, and they will not re-waterproof your phone. Have you seen the new movie that came out named Life? It not you should be checking it out. Life? No. There was something called something with life, but I forgot what it was called. You think they'll restock? No, they're not restocking the AKG giveaway one, the $100 one with the 256 gig memory card. Hello, Ricky. Note 8 will be the bomb. I see what you did there. Will unlocked versions of the S8 have slower updates, like I've heard on the S7? I think it depends because I think it's mainly the dual SIM version of the S7 that had slower updates. Because I had my S7 Edge and I got updates right away. I got updates on like Android 7.0 a month before I got it in the US variant. So I think it depends. Or not my S7 Edge, my S7 was the one. Did you see a YouTube leak video about the Note 8? Specs include two firing front speakers. I've seen side speakers, so the schematics on the Note 8 currently right now have a speaker on this side and have a speaker on this side. I have not seen front firing speakers, but I would hope they would do that. Life is a good movie. Oh, Life as in the one, I'm talking about Life in the One in Space. That looks like a really good movie. I like how, let me know if I'm right, Alex, that a lot of people said it should have been a Venom origin story, and I thought that would have been really cool. Have you used SoundHound, other version of Shazam? No, I know of it, but I've just used Shazam always. To see the new UI on YouTube, scroll down to the bottom of the home screen, click Test New Features. Let me check it out. Okay. Let's go to regular home since... Tube test. Oh, I have to do a whole survey before I can do it. Do you know how to turn off automatic music play when entering my car into Bluetooth? My phone and car don't have that, so I'm guessing that's a feature of your car, because mine does not have that. They have an F-150 electric and diesel on the works. Yeah, there's a lot of great electric cars. Let me know if you guys could have one car be like whatever car is on the market, if it doesn't exist yet, but if you could have it all electric, which car would it be? What car would you want to buy an all electric version of? Let me know in the comment section just to see. SA Plus is a great phone ever. Do you know when the iPhone 8 will come out? Yes, the iPhone 8 will be coming out. Or, no, sorry. The iPhone 8 will not come out this year. The iPhone 7S, 7S Plus, and iPhone X will be coming out on the 15th of September. There's actually a couple more ways to remap Bixby button. One brings you directly to Google Now. The other allows you to customize to whatever app you want. See, I had apps, but they stopped working once the day one update came out. I feel like companies aren't innovating enough with their tablet lineup, assuming manufacturing them. I do feel the same, actually. I feel like people have given up a lot on tablets overall for innovation. Oh, there's an app that completely disables Bixby. That's really cool. Oh, I know the Venom origin was just a rumor, but a lot of people were saying, man, Sony should have done that. Since Sony was the company behind Life, they should have done that. I'm not saying it was. I know it wasn't. But I heard it's really good. I'm really curious to see how it ends. But yeah, I did not check it out. I love the whole concept, though, of that video. Because I, from what I hear, is like you see the creature's side too, as well as the human side, and saying one thing could set the other off. S8 giveaway. Unfortunately, I cannot afford an S8 giveaway. I wish I was one of those bigger channels that could just buy an S8 and give it away. We are not. What we do here is we do monthly giveaways. Basically, people donate to our Patreon page, and whatever the amount is, so if it's $80, if it's $100, we buy a product, we review it here on the channel, and then we give it to one of you guys that donated money. So as that keeps going up and it gets to 200, 300, then we'll be able to, review phones, we'll review headphones, review all these different things, and then give them away to you guys as our Patreon page grows. What is your favorite preferred way to unlock your phone? I go to cellphoneunlocker.net and pay $25 and it unlocks my phone. I cable charge my S7 every day for short periods and often overnight. Can my battery hold until the Note 8? I mean, it'll hold as best it can, but yeah, if you notice your battery starts to drain quicker, that's why. I'm not saying it's a guarantee that your battery is going to go bad, but it's going to go bad within 300 to 500 counts, right? So that could be a year to a little under 2 years. Or, it's going to just not hold as much of a charge anymore. Alright, so for the electric cars, I see the Nissan Rogue, cool. Dodge Charger, Camaro, electric Hummer. That's kind of a really crazy concept. But if you think about it, that has a design where you could hold a really big battery in it. But yeah. Electric hybrid Mustang. I'm really considering waiting for the Note 8 instead of getting the S8 Plus because I'm hearing the Note 8 will be a lot better than the S8. Still, both great devices. Yes, I would say that the Note 8 will be better. And again, if I could only get one phone this year, I would get the Note 8. Cool. I will check out Jeff Springer again. I had a video on how to remap the Bigsby button, but that no longer works. So I'm working on a way to do it again. I want so, but I know the Note 8 is going to kill everything. I hate waiting. There's only one scene with the creature view. I won't spoil it. Just watch it. Ryan Reynolds has. Aw, man, I didn't want to know Ryan Reynolds. You did spoil a little bit there, Alex. Um, have you watched The Fate of the Furious? If so, what did you think? I thought The Fate of the Furious was a really good, fun movie. It was over the top, of course. I love how my wife and other people, though, it's like, oh no, the physics on this one were just too unrealistic. It was too unrealistic this time. I'm like, in the last one, they jumped between two buildings in one car and they crash landed on one building and then crash landed on another building. And this one is the one that is, not to mention he tumbled over a fucking hill and was fine. I mean, this franchise is unrealistic. It physics, right? That's what you need to expect. But a lot of people said this time it was too much of defying the laws of physics. When you talk about charge cycles, is that 100 to 0 or any charging amount? It's supposed to. So a cycle count is more after 80 to 100. Basically, you're traditionally, again, there's a lot of talk about batteries, but traditionally, you never want your phone to go below 20%, and if you can help it, not go before 40%. To be honest, and you don't want your phone, and you want to always charge your phone and have it at 80%, but it's a whole thing. It's a whole thing. The best thing is just, be careful with how you charge. Don't charge overnight too often. That's the easy thing because there's so much stuff. So what iPhone is coming out in September? The iPhone 7s, iPhone 7s Plus, and iPhone X. Those are the three iPhones getting this year. When I asked what your favorite way to unlock your phone, I meant iris scanner, fingerprint scanner. Oh, okay. I mean, currently right now for the S8, I would have to say iris scanner is my main way of doing it. Although I do use the fingerprint scanner as well. So yeah, on my actual phone, on my personal one, I don't have a lock screen. So my favorite way on my normal phone, daily driver, is just swipe to unlock. But my one that I review for you guys, I do have the iris scanner and the fingerprint scanner set up. Can you change your intro song? Reminds me of news. No, I really do like my intro song, and some people actually said they really like it too. I actually kept it because I, changed brand in February, and I did keep it because I like the way that sounded. Now, I'm always open. I've had a few different musicians actually email me concepts of what they would like to provide me with an intro song. I'd give the credit to them and everything like that for doing it. But, yeah, I don't know. At least as of right now, it's not what I'm thinking of. Ricky, do you know how to stop the... again, I'm not sure what message that keeps popping up on your phone, the DQA that keeps popping up. I'm not sure. I said that from the beginning, that I'm not sure what that message alerts is popping up because it's not popping up on mine. So explain to me what it is. Which is better, Harmony Home or Smart Control? I'm not sure what you mean by that because I use the Harmony Smart Hub. Is that what you're checking? And when I do a search, it looks like it's called Harmony Smart Home Control. So I'm not sure which one you mean, but yeah. Do you prefer Galaxies over iPhones? Yes, for me personally, for me, iPhone just doesn't cut it for me. It's not the level that I need it to be at. It's great for a lot of people, but for me, it just does not do what I need a phone to do. I really get to watch your Mobile Weekly Live since it's morning here. I have school today, but public holiday, so yay. Well, thank you, Krish. I'm glad you got to watch today live. Does wireless charging stop the phone from charging after it gets to 100%, or how does it keep it going from wired? No, what it does is it does keep it at 100% instead of it going to trickle charging. Again, when I get into this kind of stuff, like there's always somebody like, oh, well, I read this article. I have been inside. I'm not going to say which companies, but I've been inside one of these huge companies' battery manufacturing plant and heard directly from them all the ins, ands, or buts and all that. Don't get me wrong, it's very complex, but I feel like a bit of people read one article and they're like, oh, that's it, and they don't really know the actual science behind it. So it's yeah, wireless charging is going to be better in the long run for you. It doesn't heat up the phone as anywhere near as much as regular charging and keeps it at 100% without doing trickle charging. So there. There is an Android Authority post that says how to stop the DQA message. Oh, there you go. So there you go. There is a message to stop the DQA one. So I got a free wireless charger when I got the S6. You're saying it's fine if I do one wireless charging for now and something would charge quicker? Yes. Is it true the iPhone 12 will be translucent? Yeah, probably. Actually, I have seen Samsung translucent displays. At CES, they've had them. They're really cool looking. It's really bizarre because, like, if you see it right here, you can read the text up close, but then you can see through it, right? So you can see through it it just depends on how you focus. Let's just remove that one. And back with micro. Oh, people. What do you stream with? I stream with my camera that I'm using, which is the G7, and I stream with XSplit software. What was Samsung thinking making Bixby to complete with Google Assistant? It's almost the same thing, and the name is awkward. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I don't think Bixby is going to be the greatest thing, but yeah. So what I've heard is not good to charge overnight. Yes, it's better not to charge your phone overnight. Do you want to have a second camera for Zoom or wide lens? I would have a second camera for Zoom personally. As a person that does a lot of did a lot of photography back in the day, Zoom is one thing that I greatly miss for my point-and shoots that I do not still have on my smartphones. I would ask you about the LG G6, but LG doesn't want to send you one, so it probably means it sucks ass. Well, you know. Yeah. Would you want a clear back phone? No, I don't think I would. I don't know. That would actually be kind of cool looking. Kind of reminded me of like the old like N64 controller days, right, when it was translucent. Favorite Britney Spears album, song, and music video? I think probably the Slave for You video for the song purposes and not, of course, how she looked, of course. Song and album, I don't know. My wife liked Britney Spears a lot more back in the day. Alright, guys. I am going to call that a show. We went an hour and 20 minutes, and we'll call that a show for today. My back is kind of hurting me, and I need to do some videos and then get some sleep. Alright, guys. Hopefully you did like this live stream. Make sure you give a like, thumbs up before you do leave. And again, share our videos on your social media. It really helps out the channel. It really helps us grow as we have been. And hopefully, again, if we get to that magic number of where I can get a steady number of $5,000 a month, I can actually quit my job and then do this full time. So, yeah. Alright, guys. Thank you, as always, for watching. This has been RICKY. the YouTube Tech Guy.